And welcome everyone. We're going to start out with a little meditation. So let's get in a comfortable straight back position. Maybe close your eyes or soft gaze. And just take a moment to fully arrive here. Whatever it took to get online and get up early in the morning, wherever you are. Maybe it's afternoon somewhere. But just take a moment to settle down. And notice the simplicity of just sitting. We're just sitting. There's no goal here. And noticing how we're being breathed. And begin to soften the breath, but just soften in the whole body. Just feel like a wave of soft presence flowing over you. And particularly notice how close you feel to the ground. Do you feel like you're kind of floaty and not connected to the earth, or do you feel stable and solid like you have roots into the earth? And it helps to get into the body more deeply by extending the out breath a little bit. So maybe we can elongate the out breath and begin to explore what's happening in the body. The body is our cup, how we hold life. How much life do we feel we can hold without exceeding our capacity? Yeah. So basically taking a photograph of our inner world and just noticing what's happening internally in my interior. It's kind of like looking through a microscope and you just you zoom in. And what you'll notice is, first of all, space, which, space is kind of like the paper that the book of life is written on. And just notice how spacious it feels or how contracted it feels in your body. Without space, we can't really create. We don't have insight. So it's really important to have inner space. And then also notice movement. So two key things: space, which is deepening presence, awareness, stillness, and movement is energy, information, data. So just noticing what's there. You might notice some tension, particularly chronic tension, which is a telltale sign of unintegrated past, otherwise called trauma. Or you might notice that there's some parts of your body that are really hard to feel, that are numb or protected, guarded. Maybe my heart area is guarded, or my back, or my belly. So we're just noticing the shape of the container. And within that, we also have emotions, which are movement, distinct from feelings, which are thoughts. So we collapse the two, but really emotion is movement. It's also, emotions are how we truly connect with others, when we can feel each other's emotions, not connected by mind, but connected by a felt sense, embodied sense. So you might feel love or joy or compassion, fear, anger, sadness, joy, shame, and just noticing what's there. Can I feel my emotions in my body? And if you can't feel them, then that's good information to recognize, to know, actually, I can't feel my emotions physically. And then we go to the mind and notice the state of mind. Is it busy and grasping and trying to remember or trying to change something? Or is it spacious and still and relaxed? Kind of like a open field, wind blowing through the grass, gentle wind, breeze. And so we have two lenses. There's the inner lens and then the outer lens. So just notice that our bodies don't really stop right at our skin. There's a sensitivity around us, a field of energy. And just notice how far out you can feel into the room you're in. You feel the walls, objects. And also, even though we're hundreds, thousands of miles apart, we can tune in with our eyes closed still, but feel the other people who are on the call today. Yeah. And just notice what that feels like. Can I be in my body and out at the same time? Can I use my inner lens and outer lens? And something to practice through the week is to be able to be in myself and feel my body and be with someone else and feel them. An important practice of this work. Notice how you can shift and come back into the body. And I want to take a moment just to look at the shoulds that we carry in life. I should be a better meditator. I should be kinder. I should be more affluent. I should be smarter. I should be more generous. Whatever the shoulds are, just take a moment to just sit with the question of what are my shoulds? Which is what we're going to work with today. Just notice the shoulds about myself, about how I am with my family, my work, my community. Should be doing more. Whatever it is. And just notice that. And then let's take a couple deep breaths. Allow ourselves to softly open our eyes when you're ready. And just take a moment to be with who's here. Carol and Ray, and Anne and Gwen, Forest Soul, Michael. Yeah. So, again, welcome. So, we're going to look today at this area of shoulds. And the intelligence of the nervous system. So, I want to start there. So, first of all, recognizing, and I'm sure you've seen in the book, that my lens for trauma is that it's an ancient intelligence that has been evolving for hundreds of thousands of years, and that its purpose is part of our healing process. Its purpose is to protect us in an overwhelming situation. The nervous system clicks in and fragments a part of our essence, which becomes lodged in the body as trauma or as numbness, basically. And um, that is a protective mechanism that's very important for us to survive in times when we're in overwhelming situations, particularly in our early attachment and early development stage of individuation, becoming an individual, be able to um, uh, self-regulate my emotions, to regulate my way of being in the world. I have to have co-regulation with a caring witness, uh, hopefully a parent that uh, that I felt seen, heard, held, and protected when I'm in the presence of that. And many of us didn't have that and needed it. And many of us had mostly, and when there was a problem, it was repaired, so it wasn't a problem. But these early wounds create um, uh, a fragmented sense of ourself and an adaptive self. So when an overwhelming situation happens, especially very young, I say something's wrong. Maybe my parents are fighting and they're arguing all the time, and I'm in the middle of it, and I'm a little toddler, but I'm in the middle of this, and as soon as I begin to even think, I go, something's wrong. And I never say something's wrong with my caregivers. It's always something's wrong with me. And then how do I deal with that? So the suppression of the fear or the anger or the whatever the emotion or feeling is that's there gets shoved down, pushed down, and it's in the body now. And then I adapt. So I go, something's wrong with me. I should be a better person. I should be able to fix my parents. So we take on the role of the fixer, I'm going to take care of, or the one that is the helper, or the one that's the smart. I'll get good grades and then I'll really be loved. Or I'll be the pretty one or the smart one, So I take on these adaptive roles, thinking what I should be. So this shoulding on ourselves starts really early. And, um, and, then as we evolve in this I should be this, I should be that, we often like want to hide parts of ourselves. I shouldn't be so needy, or I should be a better partner, and we have these things, but I want to really question that, because when we're talking about should, it reveals a place where we're always like 10 feet ahead of ourselves instead of dealing with what's here. So I override my experience. So I have the feeling of I should be nicer to my partner. Okay. But I'm feeling not very nice towards my partner right now. In fact, I'm feeling anger, but I can't express my anger. So I have this, I should be better, but it never changes. I'm still not nice to my partner, but I should be nice to my partner, right? So what happens is that the part of us that was afraid or that felt they had to argue like their parents did or whatever it is, that part that's presence, we override our experience and say, I should be better, instead of actually feeling the experience. Um, you know, like I should be more relaxed. I should be less numb. I should be like this or I should be like that. And whoa, What happened? You there? Everybody there? Okay, you just blanked out on me. Um,
You should do a good job.
Pardon?
You shouldn't black out.
I shouldn't black out. Yeah, there you go. So it happened again. It just went out again. Okay, I'm just going to talk if it blacks out again. So this shoulding, I should be something other than what I am. It creates tension, and instead of feeling what we're actually feeling, that I'm not enough, that I'm insufficient, that I can't live up to what I should be. Um, we jump over it. We don't allow ourselves to feel the tension. You know, we say, if I could just accept this, if I could just change, if I could just grow, if I could just be different than I should be, you know. So this defense mechanism, this is a defense mechanism though that's intelligent. It's a very intelligent. It's protecting you. And so when I say I should be something other than that, I'm overriding a part that I already suppressed about myself, a fear, an overwhelm, an anger, something. So I'm always trying to be somewhere other than where I am right now. And that's why we have these shadow parts that just keep coming up, the same argument over and over again, the same situation, the same not having enough, the same worries, the same stories about why I don't have what I want. And so um, uh, we need to recognize that the defense mechanisms are actually this intelligence. That, and anytime I'm saying I should, it's an opportunity to go underneath and say, what actually is there? So I need like humility to do that. I need to be willing to really look at myself and see, instead of overriding it and hiding and distancing from people and absencing myself. I want to really recognize the beautiful intelligence about meeting the pain and the sorrow and the anger and the stress that is there, that is a protection. Is this making sense what I'm saying? Okay, so um, we needed to shut down. Shutting down, it's very weird with you going off and on here. It's a little bit distracting. We needed to shut down to be the soil for the next generations, to be able to pass on. So it's part of it's a beautiful process. We become soil for the future generations with what by our survival. And so you could kind of look at when I say I should, um, I think of it kind of like a prayer. It's a prayer of love, but I have to go beneath I have to go beneath that, uh, and notice what is it that I'm excluding when I say I should. What's the intelligence there? Um, so like when I work with people, oftentimes I say, well, feel your body. I'll say, well, I can't feel my body, like it's a problem. I can't feel my emotions, like it's a problem. But really, it's like I could also say, at some point in space and time, I had the intelligence to turn off my sensation to protect myself. At some point in time, I had this amazing intelligence that said, this is too much. I got to shove this down. And the problem is it doesn't come back up until we can finally feel it again, till we can allow ourselves to feel that which we've been pushing down. So we say, I should feel my body. Well, if you should feel your body, you're just excluding a part you've already excluded. It's like, once again, I push this down and now I'm pushing it down again because I'm saying I should be different than this. So the nervous system is just this incredible intelligence and beauty. And all of this tension and numbness that is stored in not only my individual body, but in my ancestral body and the collective body. Because we're always in a fluidity, in an energy exchange with our ancestors, first of all. And that's what the article on legacy burdens that I talked about, that's coming up in this month's newsletter, is that these things are passed down from generation to generation. So oftentimes we have a particular habitual way of being, always sad, or never able to make money, or all these different areas where um, it may not have happened to us. It may have happened somewhere. Uh, Sorry, it's very distracting, and I'm sorry to people who might be watching this. It keeps blinking off and on, so I don't know if it's going to come through on the recording, but it's a little bit unnerving. So we had to exclude that part to survive in order to continue on. And so now, when those shoulds come up, we can recognize, you know, um, I'm overriding. What is it that I'm overriding or trying to get rid of that actually is an intelligence in my body? And so let's open it up a little bit for questions. Not process work, but I want to make sure it's clear because I've been kind of distracted with the screen going off and on here. So any questions about what I'm saying? Let's open it up for questions. Is it clear? Yeah, right.
It's completely clear, and it should. And my should would be I should know that stuff and not worry about it.
Yeah. Yes, I should know that. That's a very common one. So when I say I should know that, what's underneath that now? Um, yeah.
So, well, for me, like now Anne and I have been together for 30 over plus years anyway. So, and Anne's been gone for 2 days. She got back yesterday, and so I spent Saturday afternoon, all day Sunday, most of Monday on my own, on the world. He comes home and like we used to be all hi, and like this morning we woke up and I should go and hug her. I'm like, no, I'm hungry. I fit going. I've been like tense. I should be relaxed. But I know it's like
And, well, you kind of, so let's just go back to the basic thing. I should know that. Okay. So there's some point in space and time where you didn't know something at a younger age that you said, I should know that, right? Now, what is the feeling of not knowing when that comes up for you? Without the story of it, but what's the feeling and the sensation and the emotion that comes up when I say I should know that? There's a part of me, a younger part of me, that's saying I should know that, but I don't. So how do I adapt to that? What's the felt sense in your body? I guess I am going to do a little bit of process work, but
yeah.
um, because it's hard to talk about this without doing it. So if you don't mind this being recorded, and don't anybody
Well,
do it without saying I don't want to be recorded. But
no
you
problem.
okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So now look at the sense of that I should know this. And notice how many places it shows up in your life anyway. You just said it shows up with Anne, but I'm sure there are many other places that I should know this.
Well, you want from right now? I feel right now in my body or about my
Yes, yes.
thought? Uh, chest is tight. Stomach's a little upset. A little bit of back tension. Um, a
What's the emotion that just came up? There was just an emotion that flashed.
anger.
Yeah, anger, exactly. So now let's be with the anger for a moment. See the relationship to the anger. I should be a certain way, but I'm angry. about not being that way.
I'm angry about it, not even about myself. It shouldn't be that way for the people around me.
Yeah,
You know, I asked Ann, "Do you know how I'm doing?" "Yeah, I'm doing well." "Yeah, well, you didn't say anything about it, did you?"
yeah,
I warned my mother this morning, and now she's not my mother.
yeah, exactly. I wanted my mother this morning, and she's not my mother. It should be different.
And she said,
It
"How you
should
doing?" Give me
be
a
different.
hug, and send me a
So,
hug.
so
Yeah.
look at how the emotion just shifted from anger to sadness. You feel
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is
So
that?
this is a richness of the parts of us that are suppressed and pushed down. So that's a beautiful example. See, it really is coming up right now for you. Just by saying I should be and noticing the should and going into it, first feeling the anger and then feeling the sadness that's underneath the anger. That's beautiful, Ray. Just take a breath. Don't just feel that for.
What? Again?
Take a breath.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful example. Yeah. We're gonna work. I want to now turn it off. I'm sorry for those of you who didn't make the call, but I like to respect the privacy and thank you, Ray, for being courageous and doing it on the camera. So I'm now going to turn the recording off.